I'm James Cook with Yale Realty and Capital Advisors. I run the national practice for the brokerage division. Been in manufactured housing for 17 years now. Just want to share some ideas with you for a few minutes, so thanks for your time. A concept that I think a lot of owners might not notice. Obviously, we're in a strange environment financially where the sales and the entire commercial real estate business has slowed a lot. I think sales nationally are down about 70% across all asset classes. And this is mostly due to one issue. It's simply the financing markets have really changed drastically. And I guess the other contingent issue that are related is that the bond market has went up a lot. Treasuries floated between 1.5 and maybe 2.25. Today, the same 10-year treasuries in the 4s, and interest rates have went from locking rates in the 2s and 3s as of 24 months ago. And even in the beginning of 2022, we're still in locking rates in the 3s. So there was this attitude and this kind of general consensus that rates would stay low forever, interest rates would stay low forever, and the only way to find a yield on your capital was to put it at risk, essentially. And so risk manifests itself into a lot of different businesses. What's changed is now you can buy the 90-day treasury in the 5s. Treasuries years ago were 1.5%. So on $1 million, you were netting $15,000 a year. On that same million, now you're making $40,000 or $50,000 a year. It's a nice interest rate to make with zero work and zero risk. Everything rides on top of that treasury, including the interest rates that we're talking about, and then including the investment returns that buyers are seeking. And that has manifested itself in commercial real estate sales being down 70% across the board. The sales we have done this year, we're not down quite as bad as the market, but we've seen definitely a slowdown in sales. The discounts are only about 20% from last year, and really maybe 20 to 25% from the peak. So if you're in an environment where interest rates have went from 3s to 6s and 7s, but you're only taking a 20% discount, actually you should consider yourself lucky as the seller that there's still buyers wanting to make these deals, because the buyer is getting a much worse trade compared to interest rates, compared to yields in the treasuries than the sellers are. And here's the concept. Essentially, if your property is worth $10 million last year, and if we can get you $8 million today, I encourage you to call one of our directors and do a full broker opinion of value. We'll do a deep dive and we'll let you know what we can get for the property based on what we're transacting stuff for right now. But if that same $10 million property, peak of 2021, is now going to get you $8 million, here's the trade-off. If you own the property free and clear and you were fully depreciated, that $10 million sale would convert into about a $7 million net, and you might put that money to work in the treasury market or some kind of safe bond market at 1.5% or 2%, which on $7 million is somewhere between $90,000 and $140,000 a year. Fast forward to today. If we're able to get you $8 million, you part with 30% off the top, that's $2.4 million off the top, you're netting $5.6 million today. Today you can go buy 4.5% bonds. So $5.6 million at 4.5% bonds is going to be north of $250,000 of revenue a year. But my point, simple takeaway, is if you're a park owner and we can still get you 80 cents on the dollar, consider yourself lucky. It may be a great time to exit. Take that money, either sit in treasuries and go sit on the beach, travel, enjoy your retirement, or if you're in more of a aggressive mode, there are going to be distressed assets that can be picked up across all sectors. Our industry has been very insulated from distress for almost every cycle, but we are going to see and are already seeing distress across other asset classes. It may be a great time to be in cash, or like I said, go take your 80 cents on the dollar, put it into bonds. You're now going to make 2.5 to 3 times what you would have made in the bond market 2 years ago, even on the lower net. And go enjoy your retirement, because you're not, as we all know, none of us are getting any younger. There's only one time to retire. There's only one time to enjoy life, and it's now.